Hey, my name is Adam Tucker, and I'm here with our space collaboration. Actually, it's a classic space collab, and so I'm just going to take a few minutes and walk you through the collab and show you what we've done. At Brickworld, we've never really had classic space before. Usually it's M-Tron and a big display to kind of take that title. But this year, or actually it started last year, a few of us got together. It was Simon Liu, is Roy Cook, it was Lee Jones, Dave Sterling, and then myself. We're all kind of closet classic space fans, and I'm talking first series classic space from '79. So yellow, blue, and gray, and that's it, okay? And so we decided it would be cool to do a collab. This year, it was a little interesting because it just so happened that the guys I just mentioned, we're a little bit overachieving. We did Smurfs as well, and we also did Around the World in 80 Days because we're part of Vlog. So what happened here was the 4 or 5 of us started the mock, and it turned out to include about 4 or 5 other people, which we actually intended. It was going to go public next year, because this year we really wanted to set the quality standards and the colors and the textures and styles and techniques. But it turned out that 3 out of the 5 of us started this about 2 weeks before Brickworld, so I guess you could say we needed some help. So over here, what we're seeing is this is Nicholas's creations, and we got a little neoclassic space going on here, some vehicles. The one thing that we did want to do is we wanted to recreate the vintage crater base plates. Obviously, because the old gray is so hard to come by, especially unscratched and unscathed, we had to go with Blay, and so because of that, we decided to do some brick built. And as you can see here, Dave Sterling did a masterful job at recreating the original crater base plates.
Oh yeah, that turned out great, and that's definitely recognizable, like you said, is that base plate, the kind of classic look on that.
Absolutely, with obviously a lot of cheese slopes and whatnot. And then over here is the rocket ship and the launching pad with the classic space there, and some pearl gray in there to get the planet. And then over here is another crater plate that Dave did, and actually we paid homage here and there with some original vintage parts from '79, the control panel on the slope. And then we get into Roy Cook over here, who had to pay homage to the first man on the moon with the classic footprint, if you will. So we had some fun with that. And then obviously it goes without saying whose mock this is. This is Simon's, of course, exemplifying the true neoclassic space, if you will. And so that's some space pods here, some landing pads. It all illuminates, of course, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then I think some of the fighters were done by here we've got Evan, and we've got Chris, and then we've got Jacob. So we had some participation with some other great builders to help populate our landscape here. And as we turn the corner here, we've got some variations on the crater base plate here done by Lee Jones, who's an amazing builder, of course. And here I love how he's done the terrain with the I call them pills, but they're the 1x1, you know, tile plates, and it's really amazing. We've got this lava pit, and we paid homage to a space odyssey. So we've got the monolith, and here we've got the monkey inside with the bones sticking out, which is kind of cool. And then we've got the generator over here, which all lights up with some very popular EL wire, which we've all come to love and use when we're not using, obviously, life lights from our dear friend Rob. And then over here is the monorail integration, which was a little bit of my contribution. So we've got here, of course, there's got to be a Smurf.
Oh yeah, because like you mentioned, the other collab.
Right. So one of the things we did was we tried to look back for inspiration on some of the iconic features that were designed in the set. So for me, what I did was, this is the radar or satellite station from, I believe it was the Alpha rocket set, and I changed it up just a little bit, and a monorail just doesn't have to move people. Originally I was going to have it suspended to kind of do something different, but I just didn't have enough time. And then here's the monorail station, if you will, with some lights and some things, and we had some neat classic space tiles printed here by obviously the community does a lot of the printing. So this is that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
so
very cool.
We did that, and yeah, and then we've got some Vic Vipers here to kind of round out the collaboration. Because as you know, the AFOLs, we like to kind of pay homage to other builders that we admire, and then we rounded out here with a mock done by Roy, and some fighters here that Brian Bonahum helped put together and contribute. And these were actually based off of the original spaceship that I had designed for the Brickworld event kit. I believe that was back in 2009 or 8, if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like Brian had a few of those tucked away and was able to repurpose them for our awesome collaboration here. So that rounds out space, and next year myself along with Dave Sterling will be the official Classic Space coordinators for Brickworld, and we are going to open it up to the public, and we're going to have a meeting later this evening to go over all of the techniques and the criteria. So when we do it open up to the public, there's going to be some cohesiveness to really make it a nice collaboration.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's an incredible display you guys got put together. Now, when you were collaborating on this, was this like messages and like photos and emails you would send each other and then just kind of put it all together once you got to the convention?
We have worked with each other, a bunch of us, for a couple of years now. I think there was 2 phone calls and 3 emails, and very typical of all of us. We just kind of bring all of our stuff out here on Wednesday. Thursday morning, we start just throwing it on the table, and literally it just evolves right as we're putting it together. So we kind of shared some things, moved things over here just to make it work. So to answer your question, there was no planning with any of us, as there ever is. It's just like with Smurfs. Adam make the mushrooms, Chris make the castle, Tyler make Gargamel, and we'll just kind of all put it together and make it work on the spot. And I think truly that's what we are as AFOs, that kind of binds us, is that our ability to just on the spot just make it happen, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Well, that's an incredible display. Thanks for taking us through that. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.